Bill Clinton is obviously an establishment figure. The Clintons are perhaps the heads of the establishment. And it's no secret to those who supported Bernie that there were some shenanigans going on in the background. Of course, no one in the establishment wanted Bernie to win. And that all kind of came to a head when Clyburn put out that call to endorse Biden. That essentially, as we knew, ended Bernie's campaign. Everyone kind of, the other candidates dropped out and everyone coalesced around Bernie Sanders. Of course, no one in the establishment would come out and say it until now. Bill Clinton, and this is pretty unreported, I was surprised, and this clip is actually not super easy to find, but this was at John Lewis's funeral when Bill Clinton was speaking. So take a listen to what Bill Clinton says.
I thank President and Mrs. Bush, President Obama, Speaker Pelosi, thank you, and Representative Hoyer and Representative Clyburn, who I really thank for, with the stroke of a hand, ending an intra-family fight within our party, proving that peace is needed by everyone.
So there you have it. Bill Clinton saying that with, single-handedly, Jim Clyburn decided the Democratic primary. That's what it really boils down to, is that Jim Clyburn single-handedly brought that primary to an end. And we know the other figures who coalesced around Biden, but it was really at the end between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. With Clyburn and reportedly Obama in the background, it was over for Bernie. It's unfortunate for people who truly believed in his policies, who were truly fighting for his policies. It was so disappointing for his many volunteers. A lot of people have called Bernie, have called Bernie a sellout as a result of him not fighting harder. And a lot of people are really disappointed with Bernie right now because he's not even pushing his own policies. He's kind of bowing down to the establishment, single-mindedly focused on getting Donald Trump out of the presidential seat. So what does this tell us? It tells us what we already knew, but it's one thing to know it, and it's another thing for them to be so brazen and hubristic that they just come out and say it. And yet no news outlet picks it up at all. No one talks about it. No one cares. We're not truly a democracy, and we never have been, but we've always had the veneer of democracy. We don't even have that now. They come out and say it. Bill Clinton just came out and said, and in essence, he's admitting that it's rigged, that it's not democratic. It's not the people's decision. What he said was that it was Jim Clyburn's decision, not the people, not the everyday working class Americans. I don't know what to say except for we have to, I know it's disappointing and a lot of people just want to give up hope, but I think we have to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting for Medicare for all. If we do end up with Joe Biden, we have to be extremely critical of him, of course, but we also have to work, and I know a lot of people don't think this is possible, to continue to push the party left. So if you think about what a lot of people say, that no, this is impossible, Joe Biden will never go further left, in fact, the party platform is further right. Those things are understandable. It's understandable that you would think that. But think about 4 years ago, how kind of revelationary it seemed to a lot of people for Medicare for all to be even possible. We had Hillary Clinton saying, Medicare for all will never, never, ever happen. And suddenly it became a dramatically popular policy. The vast majority of Democrats, don't quote me on this, but I believe the statistic was 89% of Democrats want Medicare for all, and I suspect that number will continue to rise. Even, people across the board, Americans, overwhelmingly, the majority want Medicare for all. So that wasn't possible without Bernie Sanders giving that push, without Bernie Sanders supporters giving that push. So yeah, it's hard to focus on, to allow, I guess, incremental change. We want dramatic change, and we want it now. And we thought Bernie could bring that about. I'm disappointed with Bernie. I think he's a wonderful person, and his policy positions have changed my life, have changed how I view politics. He's, in my opinion, by pushing the party for Medicare for all, he's changed our country. He's done so much. But right now he is on the sidelines, and it's really sad. It's sad for a lot of people. So I think, them coming out, Bill Clinton coming out and saying this, it makes me want to fight harder for what's right. It makes me want to fight harder for truly progressive policies. So there is a recent poll out that, from the end of July, that showed a lot of data. There were a lot of questions asked, but one page in particular focused on Joe Biden, people's opinions of Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. So the question, I believe, was who do you think should have been, it was something like, who do you think should have been the Democratic nominee? And so the majority, of course, chose Joe Biden. But when you break it down by age, that 18 to 49 age range was for Bernie. Even though Bernie's, of course, out of the race and has been for a long time, young people, young adults want change. They want progressive policies. They want Bernie still. The same holds true for Hispanics. The majority want Bernie. So I think that says a lot about who Bernie is and how he's transformed a lot of people's lives in this nation, and how younger people are now becoming the majority, are overtaking boomers and ages like that. And I suspect as time goes on, this section will become, the Democrats or the liberals or whatever you want to call them, will become even more progressive, and we will see change. I mean, that might sound too hopeful, but that is where the minds of the young people are. And as it's, maybe mean to say, but the boomer generation dies off, we'll get more and more progressive, I believe. So it's, really brazen and hubristic, as I said, for Bill Clinton to admit this, but not surprising.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com, where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.